It's called Pablo Pueblo 2016. My name is Pablo Pueblo, and this year paradise still slips from the tip of America's tongue like a lover's sweet nothings. Pablo Pueblo is the name of my father, a handyman still hassling over cable boxes in L.A. Pablo Pueblo was the name of my grandfather, a desperado who died in federales like double shots of tequila. Pablo Pueblo was even the name of an early ancestor, a viceroy who conquered half a continent, killed Indian kings, and raped a rural woman who wandered from the highlands and gave birth to a pedigree of Pablo Pueblos. Pablo Pueblo is the name of all my neighbors, too. And we live on the east side of every West Coast town, and we live on the west side of every East Coast city. Pablo Pueblo waits for work at a local hardware store, slangs the preferred party favor from his pickup truck, works overtime from every maquila in America, and Pablo Pueblo still picks grapes from fields first tilled by the Pablo Pueblos that preceded us. Pablo Pueblo is as brown as the Indios of Yabyayala, as black as the unbroken cargo of mankind's cradle, and as white as the wayward kin of conquistadors. Pablo Pueblo has a man's name and acts tough, but Pablo Pueblo's mother was named Pablo Pueblo, and all his daughters are named Pablo Pueblo too. Pablo Pueblo may or may not have the papers for a peace of mind, but Pablo Pueblo knows the accent he carries and the face he wears are beyond the bounds of a rubber stamp that could legalize his dignity. Pablo Pueblo was never one for politics or pundits or false promises, but while demagogues damned foreigners, this election didn't feel too foreign to Pablo Pueblo. In the dog whistles that demonized us, then dreamed of a return to prosperity, Pablo Pueblo heard echoes of a caudillo's cry. In the silhouette of a colorful strongman, Pablo Pueblo saw shadows of Trujillo and Pinochet. In the pledge to be the people's champion, Pablo Pueblo smelled the same bullshit he thought he scraped off his boot before he stepped over the border. Pablo Pueblo, the gawky college kid who came from Pablo Pueblos, once carried more hope than Pablo Pueblo, the migrant worker whose heart was first broken by a nation when he realized he had to leave his. It's only after the fact that I realized Pablo Pueblo knew this country far better than anyone else did, even when he wasn't born here. Pablo Pueblo knew that every vocast would echo and rebound as the rancor of a nation that would never understand us, a nation that would build a wall before they built a home, a nation that would gag us with a mouth full of ballots for another 4 years when all we want to do is scream, "I am not a murderer, a rapist, o cualquier chingadera que me tratan llamar después. I am Pablo Pueblo. And we've lived here before this place was ever even thought to be called America." Pablo Pueblo is more American than every Americano, but Pablo Pueblo isn't sure if we'll ever feel that way. Pablo Pueblo won't ever feel American till America sees Pablo Pueblo was once Pablo Neruda on the pen, St. Paul preaching epistles, and my pop still tuning cable boxes. Pablo Pueblo won't ever feel American until a campaign comes around for every Pablo Pueblo tired and poor, Pablo Pueblo homeless and tempest-tossed, Pablo Pueblo yearning to breathe free, Pablo Pueblo huddled beside the lamp of a golden door held open, but always walled off. Pablo Pueblo won't ever feel American until all the Pablo Pueblos see a day where even Pablo Pueblo could run for president too.
Well done.
Thank you.